process, because that's not as simple as he sat with you one time and you convinced them. Give us that process, Judge.
Yeah, that was the single most complicated thing I've ever done as a lawyer. Yeah. For a while. Look, he's nobody. There were people after the fact who said they knew Sammy was going to flip, and none of them is right. Nobody that was. I would have thought John Gotti would have reached out for me before he reached out for me. But we're only about 10 weeks before trial. It's almost a full year after the indictment.
Yeah.
He's in the MCC in the detention center with John Gotti.
Yeah.
They're like sharing a cell, for crying out loud. Mm-hmm. And I get a call from the supervisor of the Gambino squad who says, guess what? Sammy wants to talk.
Wow.
Yes, wow is right. My heart was pounding. And the logistics of, what I was told was he wants to talk in circumstances in which if we don't reach a deal, no one will know we talked. And think about it.
Yeah.
He's with John Gotti in a cell. The only time they leave together to go to court. Yep. How am I going to do this? So not enough time here to articulate for your fans, for your listeners, all the things I did. But punchline, I arranged a secret meeting with Sammy in a jury room in the courthouse after a lot of elaborate setup. And that's when he said to me, I shook his hand. He said, I want to jump from my government to yours.
Wow. But what's interesting is, and I hate to put you on the spot, Judge, but you kind of threw your boss you kind of kept your boss out of the loop, which, forget about the mob in terms of like following protocol, Eastern District, Southern District, like protocol, like walk us through that, because I think there should be a greater appreciation for you having balls on that move. I'll be honest, Judge.
Yeah, I almost got fired. So I talked to Bruce Mal, head of the Gambino squad. I asked him who knows. It's only the two people that Sammy had reached out to, plus case agent George Gabriel. And then we decide to keep it among ourselves, at least in the beginning. But I got to go to the judge and I'd go with the judge with a tape recorder and say, look, there's been an outreach. I'm going to do it. I'm just letting you know. And the judge said to me, who knows? And I said, just me and a couple of agents on the squad.
Yeah.
And he said, keep it that way. My concern, it's not like I didn't trust people on my team. I loved my Andy Maloney. I loved Chief Assistant Mary Jo. I had a trial. I loved him. But look, if it leaked, if somebody just slipped and talking to Sammy, it would have been Armageddon.
Yep.
So I did it by myself and struck a tentative deal by myself, not fully appreciating that, our chief assistant, Mary Jo White, she's a heavy hitter, always has been.
Yep.
Came from a big firm where, the lower level people in the big firm don't sharpen their pencils without running by the partners.
Yep.
And when she found out that I struck this deal, she was very upset. And now that I understand what it's like to be in a big law firm.
Now you know. Yeah.
But I thought at the time I had the discretion to do this. If she were U.S. attorney, she told me she would have fired me. And thank goodness she wasn't U.S. attorney.
There you go. Now, like I said, I kind of like to cover like the business end of things. And that's a negotiation. Like people just think he raised his hand, I'm going with your government, and that was it, right? So like walk us, what was your process to build trust? Give us kind of like your process after